The Bottom Billion, that provocative book, had as its main argument that a bunch of about 60 countries had stagnated for a long period and as a result were diverging from the rest of mankind. And that the core challenge now for development was to not just to reduce poverty, it was to reverse that divergence. The countries of the bottom billion have got to catch up. And that was always challenging, and in present environment, it's particularly challenging, but that seems to me to be the right way of phrasing the development challenge. The bottom billion have got to grow faster than everybody else so that they can catch up. Now, there's a lot that we can do in the rich countries to assist that. And let me start with a suggestion that addresses the vulnerability of the poorest people on earth. Vulnerability is not something that's remotely romantic, and it starts with food, because for poor people, half of their budget is on food. And so last year's global food crisis, in which food prices spiked, nearly doubling very fast, that is a disaster for poor people. And so in the future, we must do all we can to prevent that sort of thing happening again. Food needs to be cheap. For food to be cheap, that means the global supply of food must be increased, at least in pace with demand. Ideally, global food supply needs to get ahead of demand. What I suggest is a mutual de-escalation of folly. We'll get rid of our folly in return for America getting rid of its folly, and that will build food security for the most vulnerable people on earth.